My name is Michael Behrman. I am a professor of marine science and engineering in the Red Sea Research Center at KAUST. I'm also the CEO and founder of iDive. A major part of our work involves doing censuses of fish populations, whether it's to assess abundance and distribution of where things occur, or to try and understand how much biomass a given reef can sustain. And in order to do those surveys, we're in the water and we swim around and we're counting fish. And typically we'll do that work using a special type of underwater paper and a regular pencil. The really frustrating part of this type of work is that we then have to take a data sheet like this after spending all day in the water collecting the data, and then we manually have to enter that data into the computer. And that typically takes more time than it actually does to gather the data itself. It's also the step at which we make the most mistakes. We were looking for a way to try and move this technology into the 21st century and do something digitally. And that was the original inspiration for creating the iDive. If you look around at other industries, like healthcare or almost any other types of industries, the revolution of smart devices, of smartphones and touchpad devices has really changed the way that data entry happens in those workplaces. And I thought, well, surely we should be able to do this on an iPad and just directly enter that data underwater. Well, I began looking into what was out there, and there certainly are loads of cases that will keep your iPad waterproof. But I learned that all of them, as soon as you take it underwater, you lose the functionality of the touchscreen. So I began trying to understand what the limitation was. And it dawned on me that the solution is actually quite simple. What I discovered was that you simply need to put it into effectively a plastic bag and pressurize the plastic bag to separate the plastic away from the touchscreen of the device, and then if you push through that bubble, you can interact with the touchscreen and everything works as normal. So the very first prototypes that I built were literally nothing other than a box that I constructed out of acrylic sheets, and then put an iPad inside, replaced one side of the box with a vinyl screen, and then used a CO2 cartridge with a bike tube inflation valve to pressurize the interior of the housing. Now that we can use an iPad while we're scuba diving, I'm optimistic that it's going to really help me and my colleagues change the way that we work these days in the water.